This is Dave Fleming in the Ingenuity Lab. Welcome to another episode of Lifework, a podcast that explores ideas and insights at the intersection of who you are and what you do. So today, I want to share with you one of my ideas, my favorite ideas from an author and thinker and leader named Otto Scharmer. And if you're not familiar with him, he created a leadership methodology and just a way of creating things in community in the world called Theory U. And I have to tell you, it's kind of dense. It's a lot of material. You might look at some of his stuff and say, is there a Cliff Notes version for this? But he is certainly worth knowing about and understanding some of his most powerful ideas. And of course, he's building off so many other people that have come before him, as well as his colleagues. But he has some really good insights. And one of them that I want to share with you today goes like this. The way we pay attention to something in the world determines how that something emerges. The way we pay attention to something influences how that something, that situation, that dynamic, that relationship, how it emerges, how it is created from one moment to the next. Now, this is really easy to experience. Just think of when you've been really mad. Get that moment in your mind where you've been really mad, right? Doesn't the whole world look differently when you're really mad? And don't things emerge into your field, into the situations and circumstances of your life? Even people you like become irritating. Things you start to work on become frustrating, all because of what's going on in the interior part of you. So, if you want to change things on the outside, look no further than what's going on inside you at any given moment, because your interior condition determines a lot of what will emerge for you in the world, and then that's going to determine the actions you take and how people behave back at you. And pretty soon, that's how your world and your life work gets created. This idea is really powerful. Think of the last week and think of perhaps things that didn't go the way you wanted them to go. And then apply this filter. Is it possible that part of the reason things emerged the way they did in that moment is because of how you were paying attention in that moment? What if you could have shifted your interior attitude and attention to some other perspective? Would that have shifted what came next? Wow, that is a powerful thing to think about. And here's another powerful thing to think about. We have so many internal dynamics at work in us, sometimes mindlessly so. We don't really know they're happening. We're not aware of them, but they are directly affecting how people experience us in the world and how effective we can be in the world. If you want to change something on the outside, look no further first to how you are paying attention to it on the inside. Change that first. So here's what I'd like you to do this week as you think about this idea. Think about some moments that are coming for you and try to arrive before you arrive. Use your imagination to think about how do you want to be when you arrive in that moment. Maybe it's an important meeting. Maybe it's a difficult conversation you're going to have or an event you're going to attend. And it matters to you how you show up at that meeting. Well, what kind of internal attitudes, mindsets, dynamics will better help you show up in ways that will allow that situation to emerge in the ways you'd like it to go? Now, I'm not talking about magic. I'm not talking about manipulating situations to try to bend them to your will. I'm talking about How do you want to prepare to show up so that you're more likely to evoke out of people and out of situations what you need and desire? How you pay attention determines what happens next, determines what emerges for you. Think about that this week. Think about how you can pay attention to things in new ways. And maybe you just might create new things with your life work. This is Dave Fleming in the Ingenuity Lab.